The notification arrived while I was packing. It wasn't alarming. No red banner, no warning sound. Just a quiet message from the airline app. Additional verification required for your upcoming trip. I assumed it was routine. Passport scan, Face ID, maybe a random check. I'd flown dozens of times. I clicked continue. The app loaded longer than usual, then displayed a message I'd never seen before. Your booking is under review. Please await further instructions. I stared at it for a moment, then refreshed. Same message. My flight was in 12 hours. I called the airline. After the usual menu, a representative answered. Yes, she said. I see the status. Is there a problem? I asked. There's no problem, she said quickly. Just a review. For what? I asked. She paused. Travel authorization alignment, she said. That doesn't mean anything, I said. It's not something we determine, she replied. We just receive the outcome. From whom? I asked. From the system, she said. That was the first time someone said it out loud. The system. I asked how long it would take. It varies, she said. Sometimes minutes. Sometimes longer. How much longer? I asked. She didn't answer that. I went to sleep uneasy. At 4:17 a.m., my phone buzzed. Travel status update available. I opened it immediately. Your travel request is pending further assessment. No approval, no denial, just pending. I checked my email. Nothing. I checked the airline app again. The seat map was gone. My boarding pass hadn't generated. I drove to the airport anyway. At the check-in counter, the agent typed my name and frowned slightly. One moment, she said. She typed more. Then she picked up the phone behind the counter and turned away from me. I waited. People moved around me. Lines shifted. Announcements echoed. Finally, she came back. I'm sorry, she said. We can't issue your boarding pass at this time. Why? I asked. She lowered her voice. There's a travel hold. A hold for what? I asked. She glanced at the screen again. It doesn't say, she said. Just that clearance is required. Clearance from whom? I asked. She gave a practiced smile. I recommend contacting the travel authorization office. What office? I asked. She slid a card toward me. A generic number, no logo. I stepped aside and called. After 10 minutes on hold, a man answered. Travel authorization, he said. I'm at the airport, I said. My boarding pass won't issue. Yes, he said calmly. Your profile is under review. My profile. I repeated. Yes, he said. This is not a denial. Then what is it? I asked. A temporary restriction, he said. Restricted based on what? I asked. He took a breath. Behavioral indicators, he said. My stomach tightened. What behavior? I asked. We don't discuss specific indicators, he said. I haven't done anything, I said. I understand, he replied. This isn't about wrongdoing. Then why can't I leave? I asked. He was quiet for a moment. Your recent activity triggered a reassessment, he said. What activity? I asked. Patterns, he said. I laughed, sharp and humorless. So what happens now? I asked. You wait, he said. If the assessment clears, your status will update, and if it doesn't, I asked. He didn't answer that directly. Travel is a privilege, he said, not a right. The call ended. I stood there, staring at the departures board. My flight left without me. At home, I searched everything. Travel holds, clearance reviews. Behavioral scoring, most results were vague. But buried in forums, people described similar experiences. Not arrests, not interrogations. Just delays, holds, pending statuses that never resolved quickly. One post stood out. It's not about where you're going. It's about how predictable you are. Predictable. I thought about my last few months. I'd changed jobs, moved apartments, started working remotely. I took walks at odd hours. I stopped commuting. I paid for things in cash more often. None of it felt suspicious, but together. The next day, my travel status remained unchanged. I called again. This time, a woman answered. "Yes," she said, "your review is ongoing. How long does it usually take?" I asked. "There is no standard time frame," she said. "Can I submit anything?" I asked. "No," she said. "Additional input can complicate the process. So I do nothing." I asked. "Yes," she said. Doing nothing is best. I canceled my hotel, lost the deposit. My employer asked why I'd missed the conference. "Travel issue," I said. They were understanding, but something shifted. A week passed. Then, too, I tried booking a different flight. Domestic. The booking went through. At check-in, the same message appeared. "Clearance required. I didn't go to the airport this time. I called instead." "Your travel privileges remain limited," the man said. "Privileges?" I repeated. "Yes," he said. "Am I allowed to leave the city?" I asked. He paused. "Ground travel is not restricted," he said. Yet, I thought I started noticing things. At subway stations, gates scanned longer than usual before opening. At office buildings, access panels took an extra second to respond. Once they didn't. "Please try again," the screen said. A guard watched me until the light turned green. I told myself I was imagining it. Then a friend invited me on a road trip across state lines. We rented a car. At the checkpoint, the officer scanned my ID and frowned. "One moment," he said. He went back to his car, came back. "You're good," he said, but he looked at me differently. Like I'd almost failed something. That night, I received an email. "Travel review update." My heart raced as I opened it. "Your status remains under assessment." That was it. No explanation, no steps, just time. I contacted a lawyer. He listened quietly. "Have you been charged with anything?" he asked. "No," I said. "Detained?" he asked. "No," I said. "Then there's very little to challenge," he said. "But I can't leave," I said. "You're not prohibited," he said. "You're deprioritized." That word again. I asked him what triggers it. He shrugged. "Mobility changes. Financial behavior. Network associations," he said. "Associations with whom?" I asked. "People," he said. "Places. Devices. Devices." I remembered selling my old phone, buying a used one temporarily, logging in from new locations. Nothing illegal, just inconsistent. Weeks turned into a month. My employer stopped asking about travel. They reassigned projects. "Just until things settle," they said. Friends joked. "Guess the city doesn't want to let you go," one said. I laughed along. Inside, something tightened. One night, I tried booking an international bus ticket. It was canceled within minutes. No explanation. I wasn't trapped. But every exit quietly closed. I requested my data. What I received was partial movement logs, location clusters, a summary page labeled Mobility Confidence Score, status, under review confidence. That word hurt more than risk. It wasn't that I was dangerous. It was that I was uncertain, unclear, not worth the trust of letting me move freely. 2 months after my first attempt, the status finally changed. Travel authorized. Conditional. I booked a flight immediately. At the airport, the boarding pass generated. I exhaled for the first time in weeks. At security, my bag was pulled aside. Random, they said, at the gate. My name was called. Secondary verification, they said, but I boarded. The plane took off. As the city shrank beneath me, I felt relief and something else, fear, because I knew now how easily it could happen again. Not with force, not with handcuffs, just a quiet message, pending, under review. I arrived at my destination. Nothing dramatic happened. No one questioned me. But when I tried to book my return flight, the app paused longer than usual. Then loaded approved for now, and I understood something I hadn't before. Freedom hadn't been taken, it had been recalculated.